Oh hi, didn't see you there. Welcome back to a new video that I thought that would be a fun sort of like trip down memory lane for myself, and also a little bit of an insight to you guys about what sort of kit and equipment that I've had throughout the years, the trials and tribulations that I've gone through to have everything that I have now to making these videos. So sit back, relax, let's just get into it. This whole thing is going to be like a little rundown of the stuff that I have accumulated over the years, whether it is lenses, whether it's camera equipment, whether it's microphones, all that sort of stuff. I kind of want to just have a little bit of a story time as well. So we'll fuck that off and we'll talk about number one, which was the first bit of the camera equipment that I bought for myself, which was a Panasonic camcorder. Now I'm going to snap in some footage now of what that looked like.
What is up guys, my name's Scott.
Yes, that is like 18-year-old me, no, younger, 17-year-old me that was terrified of filming. I used to like hold the camcorder like down here because I was so nervous to just like actually talk to cameras and film stuff in public. It was a weird time, but it's a funny story because I remember I was working my first job and I remember my first paycheck, I got it, and I called my best mate and I said to him, yo, I've just been paid, we have to go to PC World because they're throwing a sale on and I've got to buy this camera, I have to do it now because if I don't I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life. I asked my boss actually to finish early and he was like, why? I kind of had to blag some sort of story and I was like, oh, I've got to pick something up from my house, and he was like, okay, yeah, fine, that's cool. Didn't really run the following day because I used to work with my brother and my brother kind of grasped me up a little bit, but it's fine. And they had like one last Panasonic camcorder. It cost me like 200 quid, and like after I paid my rent and stuff, I'd had like literally had the amount to buy that camcorder and my second piece of equipment, which was this camera bag, and it cost me like literally 250 quid, this camera bag and the camcorder, and I made myself completely skint for the rest of the month. But I didn't care because I bought this camera, and that alone just meant the world to me because I have something now and I can start to do what I want to do, which is like filming videos. I know I'm not consistent, but this is just like the beginning of the story. Next piece of equipment, which is the camera you guys are watching this video being filmed on, which is my Canon 700D. I've had this camera for nearly, 10 years, and it is tried and tested and honestly the best piece of equipment I have ever owned. And I love it. I love it. It's reliable, it's lasted 10 years, and every single time I have any sort of issues with it, it is literally a turn off, turn back on, and it works. I'd love to upgrade the equipment, I'd love to get newer cameras, but this one right here is beautiful. Every single video you have seen with me in front, vlogging or anything like that, it's filmed on this. It is literally filmed on this camera, and it's the best thing I've ever owned. This camera is reliable for me. Next piece of equipment, which is a little bit boring, don't need to talk about it too much, but there is a depressing story that comes to the end. Oh god, is my Rode mic. It is broken, it snapped quite recently. Very, very depressing. There's a new one attached to this camera, which is far better, but this one lasted ages with a dead cat. I just got it on sale from Amazon. Now my biggest love-hate relationship with any sort of camera equipment I can ever own. Now the reason I say it's my biggest love-hate relationship is because I have bought 4 of these on 4 different occasions. It's frustrating because I feel like I always want to use them, but I never really do. My GoPro. Now this is a GoPro Hero 7 White Edition. I own this, and all of the attachments comes with a little box with like a buoy, with chest mount, head mount. I have bought 4 GoPros through the years of being interested in cameras. This one I refuse to sell because I think that every time I'm going to sell it, I will look at a new GoPro and go, I want a GoPro. So I have just stuck with my guns and kept this GoPro. But yes, this is my 4th GoPro. I always seem to think that whenever I go abroad or I travel and stuff, I'm gonna I can use this GoPro, I'm gonna do the sickest little camera mount shots where I jump off mountains and stuff. It sits in my camera bag and never leaves, like literally never leaves. But I will try my absolute best to change that, because I do actually want to use this thing. They are amazing pieces of equipment, fucking indestructible. You can throw them around, they do not dent, they do not break. It takes such an ability to mash one of these things up, but it's fine. I own 4 of them, I've sold 3, but this one is for keeps. Now, we are coming on to the more technical stuff. When I say technical, it's the cooler stuff, the more like wireless stuff, which is the DJIs. I've used them in videos before, used them in the last video, which is this one.
I know what you're thinking.
I would say they're worth it if you are filming with friends, or if you want to film stuff where you're not relying on this little thing here, which is the camera. That must have sounded absolutely abysmal. Which is my wide angle. I have the 18-55, which came with the camera when I bought it. This is the 24mm. It is locked in at that. It is basically a cinematic camera. It just looks really nice. If I do attach it, we can show you what that looks like. So this is the 24mm. As you can see, it's zoomed in at 24mm. Very much what it says on the tin, but it just makes things look a little bit more clean, a little bit more crisp, with just like not having to rely on like any sort of zoom ins and all that sort of stuff. Yes, this is the Magic 50. I love this fucking lens whenever I want to make things look very, very sexy, very, 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 very cinematic. They're good. I'm going to attach this now so you guys can kind of see what I mean. Now this is the Magic 50. I'm standing at the back of my room just so I'm in just this sort of thing, but if we were standing where I was beginning this video, it's going to be really, really close, really, really intimate. But as you can see, the detail around the face is just unbelievable. It adds an extra bit of sharpness. I just basically sporadically bought these lenses, saved up, now I have 4 lenses. That is it when it comes to the lenses. We're gonna now go on to what I have here, what this is, this whole big room, which is the studio that I built. So this is the coup de grace of my camera equipment. This is my studio. This has been a dream of mine to own a space like this. These black walls, this field of view, this depth here. This has been like a dream of mine for the longest. I adore cinema, I adore filmmaking, I adore anything that is to do with media and film. And for me to have a place that is in my house that I can call a studio, it's nowhere near like studio spec, but what I call it is mine, and I'm like very, very proud of it. But this is where the magic happens. I have 2 Elgatos. I actually soundproofed this little alcove here in my room. We have a little bit of a display here with some stuff. Got some weird self-help books because I sort of feel like I needed heavy motivation. But yeah, this is it. This is me. I have a nice little webcam as well. Shout out to everybody that has been involved in kind of kicking my ass and motivating me to carry on. But that concludes the kit tour, and now we're gonna get into some real shit. And what that real shit is basically me saying that all of it is 10 years in the making. 10 years of me just chipping away at what I want and chipping away at things. I'm 27 now. I started all of this sort of stuff when I was 17, when I could finally start to afford to buy some things because I started to work. And the moral of this entire video is it actually doesn't matter what you own, it doesn't matter how long it takes. All that matters is you utilize the things that you purchase. And I feel like over the years I've had all of these things but never really utilized them. And it's time for me to hold myself accountable. It's a bit of an inspiring sort of ending, but this is just a roundabout way of saying that thank you for listening, for watching over the years. I am here to change. Once again, the catchphrase of I am back is getting thrown back into the hurt locker of my YouTube attempts. But I'm having fun. I feel like this year feels a little bit different. We have a lot planned. There's going to be a lot of traveling. There's going to be some past journeys that I have indulged in. Here's a little bit of a sneak peek of that. And there is going to be some future traveling sort of videos. I have a pretty big trip coming up later this year. Well, I say later this year. By the time this is being filmed, this is on the 2nd of February. I have 3 months until I am going to a pretty exotic place, and there will be a video about that too. But there's going to be a lot more stuff in between. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I have been me, you have been you, and just remember, this isn't goodbye, so I'll see you later. And on that note, catch you in the next one. Peace. I haven't made videos in years, so I still do the 2014 closeouts. Anyway, I'll catch you in a bit. Laters.